Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, welcome back. This pick a card reading would be, would you survive a Halloween movie? So you will be choosing from the images in my thumbnail, and these images are of Aaliyah playing as Akasha, Queen of the Damned. So from left to right you have pile 1 and pile 2. So you have the King of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. So I definitely feel like this is a yes, you would survive in a Halloween movie. And I feel like the reason you will survive is because you will make like very intellectual decisions. You will be very smart and wise about the moves you make. I feel like you will be the leader. So even if you get split up, you will be the person that is guiding everyone that's a part of your group. You're the type that will take charge, and you will analyze whatever problems come your way. So you will be the type of character who would outsmart the antagonist. You will be someone who will be able to learn their behavior, like learn their different traits and how they go after each victim. You will be able to learn very quickly on how to escape. Now I do feel like you may end up surviving alone. If you have like a partner in this movie, the two of you will survive because, you know, they'll be following your lead. But if it's just you and the people that you split up with, y'all will survive. There may be like 1 or 2 people who won't make it because they're not listening to you, or they don't want to, they're just not paying attention. Like I feel like it'll be a lot of traps in this area, and you know how to finesse and maneuver through each trap, and all they have to do is follow behind you. But there'll be at least like 2 people that won't pay attention, and then they'll end up, you know, not surviving. They won't survive. You have the Moon here and the Queen of Wands. So I also feel like the reason why you will survive is because you won't just sit and like let things play out. So even if the antagonist is around and you have to be quiet, you would rather stealth your way to survive than to sit and hide like under the bed or in the closet or behind like a tree or something like that. You'd rather keep moving, keep going. You don't want to just sit and let them come after you or let them find you. And I feel like you would also leave traps for the antagonist. Like you'll make bed sheets and pillows and make it into like a body so that you can find a way to get further and further away. And it also kind of feels like in this movie, the other characters will underestimate you because they feel like you wouldn't move as quickly, or they feel like you think too much, but you end up surviving. So because you have you are the King of Swords and the Queen of Wands, you're able to like logically see a way out. You have that energy and that drive to push forward. And you could also be like the silent one. You don't really talk too much, you don't say too much, you just take action. So if they're not paying attention, then they will not survive. I don't feel like you're going to be telling them like, hey, come over here, let's go do this. Hey, pick this up, run over here. You know, make sure you tiptoe. Like you're not saying anything. If they are not watching you, that's it. So you're all about self. And if you have a partner, like I said, it's just you and your person against the world. You know, that's how you're going to be able to survive. You have the 5 of Wands here. I feel like close to the end of the movie, like once everything is kind of like not really said and done, but once y'all are getting closer and closer to that destination, everyone is going to try to find you. Everybody's going to try to like be on your team. So there's like a transformation that happens here. At first, they're not really wanting to be like a part of your team because they feel like you're going to be the first one to go. But then they see that you're still surviving. Like it feels like there's like a distance, like y'all are trapped on acres of land, and they see you from a distance, and it's just you and like 2 other people, and you may have had like 5 or 6 people a part of your group. So they're like, oh, we need to go over there. We need to go see what pile 1 is doing. Yeah, you have the 10 of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the 8 of Pentacles. It's because you are very diligent, and you're somebody who's going to keep going. You don't give up. You're not going to trip over air and fall and then cry. If you do trip, you're going to, you know, pick yourself back up and keep running. Even if your legs give out, even if you're extremely exhausted, you still persevere. I feel like you're also that character that the viewers will doubt as well. Like whoever's watching this movie will say, oh, Part 1 is going to be too slow. Part 1 thinks too much. Like, you're going to be the underdog. You're the one that everybody underestimates, and then you come out on top and everybody's like, oh, wow. Like they don't expect you to survive. I also feel like you may become like a fan favorite in this movie. I know I'm like getting carried away. But I feel like you'll be a fan favorite because you're going to save a few people. And it's like you have a connection with the antagonist. You're able to connect with them. You're able to like understand them like in a weird way, but it's beneficial. Like there's something about your backstory in this movie that's going to be so intriguing to the viewers because you just find a way to finesse, but you're not like doing the most. You're just using your brain and you're thinking and you're watching, you're paying attention. So there's like a life lesson that comes with your character in this movie. But your intelligence and the way that you're able to maneuver throughout these scenes is what helps you survive. And I was getting earlier that you may not get too many scenes. So this could also be why people are not expecting you to like make it to the end. But I feel like towards like the middle to end of the movie, you start like getting a whole bunch of scenes. And the last thing I was getting was there may be another character who's trying to like be like you. There's a character that has popularity that's going to be a part of your group. So let's say you are, you're introverted, you're shy, you're kind of to yourself. And this other character is very popular, the typical jock character, football player, basketball player, very attractive, tall, whatever. So the things that you're doing is like this character is going to take credit for it, but it's going to come down to a point where you are separated from this popular character, and then the popular character and the antagonist are face to face. So the popular character has to figure out what to do, but they don't know what to do because they're not you. Like whatever you were doing, especially like analytically, this popular character was taking credit for it. So once they come face to face, they don't know what to do. And then that's when you come in and save this character. So that's why it's like there's a transformation here where people are like, oh, Part 1 actually saved the jock, and they didn't have to because the jock was taking credit for everything they were doing. So it's like you win over people's hearts. So yeah, I'm getting carried away. So yeah, happy Halloween, Part 1. That was your reading. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my community tab. And until then, I'll talk to you soon. Part 2, before I even started shuffling, I was hearing the answers I already know. And I was hearing because you're going to sacrifice yourself or you will be sacrificed. But I was mainly getting you're going to sacrifice yourself for someone. But let's just see what the cards say. Because it may be a turnaround. Maybe you sacrifice yourself, but you survive after being like badly injured. So you may be in like critical condition, but you're still alive. So Three of Cups, the Emperor, the Strength. So I feel like you start off the movie strong. You already have like a close group of friends. So even if y'all split up, it's going to be the three of y'all together. Now I feel like similar to Part 1, you will be in charge of this group, but it's still kind of giving, you may have to make a sacrifice. You may be the smartest one in your group, I'm not gonna lie. You may be the smartest one because it feels like you're the glue, like you're holding this together. So if you don't know where to go, y'all are lost. I feel like you're going to be doing a lot of running as well. Like you're going to be really exhausted because you're holding like the entire group on your back. Like you have all this pressure on you to survive. You may come really close to getting caught because you need to take a break, or it's something about you slacking. Like you need a rest for a minute. And then that's when the antagonist comes in. I feel like you're going to get captured. I'm not going to lie. Or kidnapped somehow. Because it feels like you go through a lot in this movie. Like you're literally fighting for your life. Your friends, like, they don't have a brain. Three of Wands. Two of Pentacles. I'm looking at this as the viewer. It's hard to tell until we get to the end of the movie. You experience something that once the scene goes to the next character, we as the viewer will assume that you have, passed on. But you have a lot on your plate. The Emperor, the Strength, the Two of Pentacles, like I said, you're carrying a lot, you're juggling a lot. But it's because of your friend group. It's definitely your friends. So out of the three of y'all, there's only one brain that's operating, and that's yours. You could be like boosting your friends to get up over on something, like maybe you're helping to boost them to get over a fence. And then you get the first friend over, you get the second friend over, and then you have to jump up and climb over. And that's when the antagonist comes to get you. And you have to run and find a different way. Like you're having to go above and beyond. And instead of your friends like running, they're just standing there screaming. Like instead of them finding a place to go, they're just screaming. So they're the type to trip over air, trip over nothing and then fall and just cry on the ground instead of jumping back up and running again. Yeah, you had a Two of Swords here. I feel like for you, it's like a 50-50 chance. Like there's a mystery here. We would have to wait till the end of the movie to figure out if you survived or not. And this could also be like a cliffhanger. By the end of the movie, you get like badly bruised, or the antagonist really goes in on you and you're like clenching on, holding on to dear life, and your friends are just no help. So it's like if y'all split up, your friends are going to have to find the next group and then try to get you help. So I feel like the chances are very slim for you because you're doing so much and your friends are not helping you. Yeah, the Hierophant, the Seven of Swords, and the Tower. I feel like at the end, you'll feel betrayed. Like you'll feel like, was it even worth me doing all of that? Or it's like a lesson that you learned to not do so much or not sacrifice yourself so many times. It's not just one time. It's like multiple times you have to sacrifice yourself for your friends. And you would think you're sacrificing yourself so they can go get help or they can find a solution, but they don't. You may also be faced with the antagonist and it's three of y'all against one and you're the only one that's fighting and they're not. They are not helping you. Like you're going to be very irritated that you even chose your own friend group. Like you would have wished that you would have went somewhere else, or y'all all should have split up and went y'all different ways, because it feels like there's so many chances you could have gotten out and survived, but you keep having to save them. But then when you need saving, they don't know what to do. So this will definitely lead into like a second movie because you have a cliffhanger. So when the scene is off of you and it goes to the next character, that closing scene of you is going to be you clenching on for dear life. I feel like at the end they may tease it and show you like trying to stand up or still being able to move or still breathing, like lightly breathing, but your chances are very slim, and it's because of your friends. It's because of your friends. So yeah, happy Halloween, Pile 2. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my community tab. And until then, I'll talk to you soon.